So for this new software, we now have like 5 new functions. The first one is new scanning tape. The second one is auto scan. The third one, orthodontic simulation. The fourth one, preoperative scan. And the last one, scan data logging. And after I introduce these 5 functions, we'll also talk about the workflow of edentulous cases scanning with 2 different kind of ways. So first, we will start from the first one, new scanning tape. So recently, our R&D team has produced a new small size scanning tape. This is with only 14 plus 12.5 millimeter. The size is very small compared to our normal size scanning tape. And this can offering better experience for your patients while you do the scanning. And the second new upgrade is about auto scan function. You may be very curious about what is auto scan. Auto scan means you can just pick up the scanner and scan right away without any operation with the software or the scanner buttons. You can just enter the scanning page after you create the order and just start the scan. And this can help you to reduce some working process like using your mouse to click the software page or to click the scanner button. And the third new function is orthodontic simulation. So I think this function is very important for the dentist and also for the patients because this function can creating the orthodontic treatment simulations in the software, and the dentist can showing this kind of simulation to the patients. Such process can enhancing the communication between the dentist and the patients. The patients can get to know more about the situation of his treatment and getting better knowledge about her own teeth health. And as for this function, I'll show you the operating guidance here. And after I show you the guidance, I will present it here for you in the software. So for the operating guidance, first, what we need to do with orthodontic simulation is follow the workflow of the orthodontic cases scanning. And when you finish, at the finish page, you will find the orthodontic simulation function button at the right side. So we can just click this button and enter another interface, which is Ortho Simulator. In this interface, the first thing we need to do is to import the model to maxilla or mandible. And after that, we can go into the operating workflow of orthodontic simulation. So the workflow of the orthodontic simulation is like this. So step 1, we need to do the pre-treatment for the model. And step 2, we need to do the segmentation for the teeth. And the third step is the arrange. And the third step is accomplished by the software automatically. So we don't need to do any operation in the third step. So this is the whole workflow. Now we can just follow the workflow to see how to operate one by one. So first, after we enter the ortho simulator interface, we will enter the first workflow, which is pre-treatment. Here, you will find two function buttons at the left side, which is coordinate adjustment and model modification. So with these two function buttons, you can adjust the coordinate of the model, and you can also modify the model, and it will refine the model data, which can be useful to improve the processing speed for the software in the next steps. So this is the first step, pre-treatment. And after we finish this step, we can just click dental separation. Then we will get into the second step, which is segmentation. So after we enter segmentation page, what we need to do is to do the regional adjustment for the teeth. And if you also need to modify the tooth number, you can use the second button. And the third button is for extract a tooth. For example, if we have like some extra not that useful teeth, we can just extract it. And then after in the step 3 for arrangement, this orthodontic simulation will be accomplished automatically, and this extra teeth will be extracted automatically. And this is the second step, which is segmentation. After we accomplish all the operation here, we can just click tooth arrangement. Then we will enter the third step. And the software will do the orthodontic simulation automatically. After the software accomplish the processing, we can get such an interface which will show you the teeth models, the occlusion relationship before correction and after correction. And this side at the right, these function buttons at the right side are for you to check the occlusion from different angles and with the occlusion closed or open. And this is the last step for orthodontic simulation. So when we finish this step, we can just enter the finish page. At this page, you will see the model before correction and after correction in together. And if you want to get a report for this orthodontic simulation, you need to click export at the right corner, and then you will get a picture of the orthodontic simulator, the results, just like this page, and I will show you later when I operate the whole workflow. Okay, so this is pretty much all about the operating of this function. Now, let's get into the software and see how to operate. Okay, so to save some time, I already scanned orthodontic cases. So all we need to do now is to enter the finish page. See, this is the model. And then we need to do the first step, enter the orthodontic simulation page, click it, and then wait for the simulator interface. Okay, so this one. Now we just enter the simulator. The first thing we need to do is to import the model. So the upper jaw to maxilla, lower jaw to mandible. and check it. And then we can adjust the model coordinate here, or we can use the second function button to trim the model. And after we finish this operation, we can just click segmentation and wait for the software to progress. Normally, this could take a few while depending on the data of the scanned model. If the data file is big, then this can be a little slow. So after the model were imported into this page, we can use these 3 function button at the left side to edit the model and the teeth. So for the orthodontic simulation function, the most important part, I think you can just feel it that the most important part is step 2, right? Segmentation. This is the part that we need to do most operating by ourselves. So we will pay more attention to this step. Okay, so maybe the model is not, the data is too big. Then we can just trim it more. Or we can go back to the finish page and modify the model here with the inverse brushes. It can be more convenient. Okay, inverse and delete the extra data, and then enter the orthodontic simulator. The second step, segmentation. So to save your time, while we waiting for the model, we can play a small game, which is the quiz game. And for today training, we will pick one lucky guy to get the 500 USD coupon. So please be active and join in this interactive session, okay? Okay, so after we finish the quiz, we will check the software again. So the first question is about orthodontic simulation. The first question, the right workflow of orthodontic simulation is A, B, C. Which one is the correct one? You can write down your answer at the comment column. Okay, C. Oh, too many people choose C. Okay, C. Okay, so we will give another 30 seconds for you to write down the answer. Anyone else? Okay, C. So the first choice is segmentation, step 1, pre-treatment, step 2, arrange, step 3, and finish, of course, the last step. And the choice B is arrange, pre-treatment, segmentation, finish. And the C is pre-treatment, segmentation, arrange, finish. Okay, so I will show you the correct answer. Yes, so C is the right choice. You are all right. And I can see that you are now quite clear about the workflow. And I'm very happy with that. Okay, so the next question. Question 2, which 3 functions below belong to segmentation workflow in orthodontic simulation? Maybe this question is too early for us because we haven't made the presentation of this workflow for you, but we can just regard this as a okay, feel ACE, ABE belong to segmentation workflow, okay? Which 3 belong to segmentation workflow? Segmentation workflow is the most important step among all the workflow of orthodontic simulation. ACE, okay, anyone else? And after this question, we can check the software and have a look at whether your answers are right, okay? ACE, okay, too much ACE, okay, ACE, okay, another 10 seconds, another 10 seconds. Okay, finish now, okay? So for the second question, the 3 functions that belong to segmentation workflow is A, C, E. Okay, so I can see almost all of you are correct. So these 3 functions are regional adjustment, tooth number modification, and extract a tooth, right? The B and the D choices belong to the pre-treatment workflow. Okay, okay. You are so good about this function. Okay. I think there's some small problem with my computer because I opened too much programs. So I will show you this author simulator workflow later, okay? I will check the software later. So we can just skip this part since that most of you already know this function operation very well. Then we can just go to the next function. This can save us some time. Okay, so the 4th function is preoperative scanning. For this function, the purpose is to record the accurate contact relationship between the preoperative teeth and adjacent teeth or between preoperative teeth and antagonist teeth. So before we do the preparation for the teeth that need to do treatment, we can record the contact relationship before, and then we can keep this data as reference for design. And here below are 2 pictures. The first one is the teeth before before operation, and the second picture shows the teeth after operation. And how to get such models with this preoperative scanning function, we can check the operating guidance now. So first, we need to create the order for preoperative scan. And when we entered the order creating interface, after we fill all the order information and choose the teeth, we need to find preoperative scanning here and choose yes to open such function. And after we do this, we can just save the order and start the scan. So what is the whole workflow of the preoperative scan? Let's have a look. So step 1, preoperative upper jaw scan. This is because we choose upper jaw teeth as the treatment teeth. And the second step is the lower arch scan. The third step is the occlusion scan. And the most important step is step 4, which is the upper arch scan. Please pay attention to these. This step 4, the scanning is for the upper jaw with the pre-teeth, which means the teeth after preparation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then finish, okay? Okay, so this is the workflow. And then now let's check the operating guidance. So first, after we enter the scanning page, we need to scan the upper jaw, the preoperative upper jaw, then lower jaw, then occlusion, and then the upper jaw with prepared teeth, right? And here I will only show you step 4 because step 1, 2, 3 are all normal scanning steps, and this step is the most important. So I will only show you the step 4. So for step 4, which is the upper jaw scan, what we need to do first is to use the borrow function button. Click it, and then we will get a red circle brush. We can use this brush to delete the data at the area with the teeth that need treatment. And after we delete this data, we can use add dental preparation area and start scanning. After the scanning, we can get such a model with the teeth after preparation. And this is the process of the upper jaw scan, which is the 4th step. And now I will show you this operation in the software. So we need to find such a model. Okay. Also a model I already scanned beforehand. And we can just use the upper jaw scanning workflow. Use this step to show you how to operate. So we can just click reset and delete the teeth that need treatment, which is this one and these two. Okay, after we delete, now we can do the scan. 1 second. Okay. Again, the first teeth after preparation, and then the other two. Okay, so now we just get the 3 teeth after preparation, and after we do this, we can just click finish, and then we can check the model at this finish page. So while the software do the processing, we can just go view again about how to create the order and what's the workflow of preoperative scan. So to create the order, we need to choose the teeth number and then choose preoperative scanning. Then enter the scanning interface and follow the workflow to start the scan. So first step, preoperative upper jaw scan. Step 2, lower jaw scan. Step 3, occlusion scan. Step 4, upper jaw scan, and then finish. So another question for you here is about what if the pre-tooth we need to do treatment is at the upper jaw, at the lower jaw, sorry. So what if the teeth, the arch that need to do the preoperative scan is at the lower arch? You can think about this question for a while, and later we'll have a quiz for this question, okay? Okay, now we can check the model here. So this is the model we just scanned with preoperative function. So as you can see, here is the view models window, and there are 3 buttons. We can find preoperative upper at the first one. And when this is on, we can see the model with preoperative teeth 1, 2, 3. And if we turn off it, we can check the teeth that after preparation. Okay, so this is all for the preoperative scan. Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint. And the next new function is scan data logging. This is the 5th function we talk about today. So for this function, it is for scan the pre-teeth and log the data of pre-teeth before full arch scan. So some of you that never used intraoral scanner may be curious about why we need to scan pre-teeth first before full arch scan. Because this can avoid getting inaccurate pre-teeth data. For example, the margin line data caused by the shape change or bleeding of gingiva. Because the teeth that after preparation will bleed or have some shape changing. These situations are very possible. So to avoid the shape change to influence the data we need to get, we can just scan the pre-teeth at first, right after we finish the preparation, and then log the pre-teeth data and scan the rest part of the arch. Okay, so where can we find the scan data locking function button? When we do the scanning here at the left side from the toolbar, this function, as you can see here, is for scan data locking. After we click it, then we will also get a red circle brush, and we can use this brush to paint the model. For example, this tooth is the pre-teeth. Now we need to lock the data of this part. And then after the data were locked, we can start scan the rest part. And if you want to unlock the selected area, you can just click this button here down below the interface. Okay, so it's very quick that we finish all the 5 new functions. And for scan data locking, it's very important for the dentist, and it's very useful for us to scan the cases. And after the 5 functions, now we can have another quiz game, and you can also earn the opportunity to win the 5 USD coupon. Okay, and this from this part of quiz game, the questions are all about the preoperative scanning and scan data locking. Okay, and I hope you are ready for this part. So let's have a view of the first question, which is, if the pre-teeth are from lower arch, the right scanning workflow of preoperative scan is A, B, C. Which one? Which one is the right scanning workflow? Does this question sound familiar to you? Because I already proposed this question beforehand. Do you remember? And did you take some time to think about the question? Okay, C, B. Okay, for this question, I think maybe it is a little difficult for you because I can see different answers. B, okay. Okay, oh, there's also A, B, C. All choices will be chosen by you. Sorry. Okay, so time is finished. So for the first question, the right answer is B. Is B. So if the pre-teeth are from the lower arch, the right scanning workflow is upper, lower, occlusion, then preoperative lower scan, and then finish. Because the upper, lower, occlusion scan, these 3 steps are fixed for whether the pre-teeth are from lower or upper arches. And for the 4th step, it can be depended on which arch the pre-teeth are from. So if the pre-teeth are from lower, then preoperative lower scan. If they are from the upper arch, then preoperative upper arch scan. Okay. Okay, so the second question, what's the purpose of using preoperative scan function? What's the purpose? What's the purpose? You can think about it. So the first choice says record the accurate contact relationship between preoperative teeth and adjacent teeth, or between preoperative teeth and antagonist teeth. A, okay, A. Okay, some of you choose A. And B, avoid getting inaccurate pre-teeth data. For example, margin line data caused by the shape change or bleeding of gingiva. C, creating orthodontic treatment simulations, achieving better communication with patients. Okay, I will give you another 10 seconds, okay? Please write down your answers. What's the purpose of preoperative scan? A, B, really? There's only one right choice, okay? Okay, there's only one right choice. B is for scan data locking. Okay, you are quite correct. Yes. Okay, so finish now, okay? Finish. So the right answer is, oh, sorry, the right answer is A. Yes, it's A, but the star goes to somewhere else. I'm sorry about this. It's funny, but the correct answer is A, okay? Record the accurate contact relationship. This is the purpose of preoperative scan. And the last new function we want to share today is removable denture scan. Removable denture scan. So for removable denture scan, we now have two different kind of scanning types. The first type is the complete denture scan, and the second type is the occlusal splint scan. So for the complete denture scan, it is the model that scanned the after scan. The model we get is like this. And for the occlusal splint scan, the model after scan is like this. And I will show you the two operation guidance for each scanning type separately. So first, we can see the operating guidance of the complete denture scan. So the first thing we need to do is to create the order. After fill order information and choose the teeth, we need to find the removable denture choices here and choose complete denture, the first one. And after we accomplish these operations, we can save the order and start the scan. So what's the workflow for the complete denture scan? As we can see from above, the first step is maxilla scan, and then upper jaw scan, then mandible scan, and then the lower scan. And the last scanning is for occlusion. After we finish all these, then we can get the model. And we can check the workflow from the software. So first, we need to scan the maxilla, and then scan the upper arch. The software will do the alignment for the maxillar and the upper teeth automatically. And then we can scan the mandible and then the lower arch, and then the occlusion scan. So these are all the scanning steps. After these 5 steps, we can get a model like this. And this model shows the relationship between the maxilla and the mandible. Okay, so this is for the first type scanning, the complete denture scan. And then the second scan type is the occlusal splint scan. This is another kind of way to to get the occlusal relationship for edentulous cases. And to do the occlusal splint scan, the first thing we need to do is also to create the order. So at the order creating page, we need to find the removable denture type also and choose the second occlusal splint, and then save the order, start the scan. Similarly, we can check the workflow for the occlusal splint scan. First, we need to scan the maxilla, then the mandible, and then the occlusion. After these 3 steps of scanning, we can get the final model. So first, we need to scan the maxilla, then the mandible, and then the occlusion. The occlusion were fixed. The occlusion relationship was fixed by the occlusal splint, and this model may be not that standard, and you can just use the standard model you have to try this function. Okay, just follow the workflow here. And after these 3 steps of scanning, we will get a model like this. The occlusal splint won't be showed from the model, okay, after the whole scanning process. The only thing left is the only things that are left is the upper, which is maxilla, and the lower, the mandible, and the occlusal relationship. There is no occlusal splint in this scan file. Okay, so this is for the occlusal splint scan type. And I think that both 2 ways are not that complicated, and you can try the scanning process later when you get this version of new software, okay? I think that most of you are all curious about how to do the automatic upgrade inside the software, so I will show you here. I will do the presentation for you. So now, if we want to upgrade the software, we can, we need to enter the help page. Okay, that's my mistake. We need to enter the help page, and in the about, you will find the version of the software you have currently. And then there is a button, check for upgrades, click it, and then you can have a notice window here, and it will show you whether this version is the latest version. Okay, if this is not the latest version, then the software will do the upgrade automatically.